Well, we are back in the Napoleonic world once again, and we are starting with a bang as we have a Chevalier charge here. And it looks like it's up against some light dragoons or some of some sort from the British Egyptian campaign. And yeah, what a start to today's game. Literally, I fast forwarded like a little bit. I was like, oh, it'll take a little while to build up, as every NTW3 replay does. No, not the case. This one goes straight away. Russia South carrying on the chase here. No need to. Interesting that they continue to run. Just tiring themselves out. No need to carry on this charge. I was going to say, there's nothing here for them to go for. I mean, this is Cav here, but that's a long way off. They won't catch that. There's Dragoon here just running for the sake of running. Yeah, there you go. Walking. Get back, son. Get back. But yes, we have a 3v3 here in today's NTW3 clash. And we have Russia South, as we've already seen. They look like they're taking on the Anglo-Egyptian, well, the Anglo-Ottoman army, I guess it is, really not Anglo-Egyptian. They have in the center, we do have France-Egypt campaigns, so that's kind of appropriate that these two are kind of sort of facing off against each other, but they're not really. We have Spain over here, which I think it might be 9-point Spain, and it's just getting blasted by friendly artillery there. I think actually Spanish batteries there opened up, and I'm pretty sure hit their own cavalry rather than the Russia South Cav. Yep, that is just bouncing in amongst their own cavalry. That is unfortunate there. And then the final allied faction we have is all the way over here. It is the HRE. They are arriving very late to the game. A very slow-moving army. Typically, most of their infantry is like sort of like L2s, L3s. So they're pretty slow-moving, but can shoot pretty damn well because there's just so many of them. And the final French army is going to be France, Spain. So we do have a Spanish campaign, France against Spain, and then we have Egypt up against sort of like the British Egypt faction as well. Not quite matching up against each other. It'd be great if they did, but still very, very like coincidental to see that, I guess. Maybe the players are thinking we'll counter each other with each other's theatre in this custom game. But yes, it's good to be back with some more NTW3. I do love myself a bit of gunpowder action, and I know you guys do as well. You seem to be loving all the NTW3 action. And yeah, there's quite good reviews having selected the blue mon, so we're going to keep that on for future videos, just to see if it adds a little bit more to detail. And we can apparently go beneath the world, and that's what's beneath the world, guys. It's not, you know, the Earth's core. It's in fact more water. But yes, we do have a huge formation here of French units. The French, like Egypt campaign units, are often quite big. 202, 226, like there's some big units here. Perfect for taking on these huge mass Spanish formations. The Le Vermandoux, 221, yeah, 199, 199. Yeah, this would be perfect for taking on these units. And we've got a battery moving up here. So yeah, very nice formation being made here. The Spanish are, I would have thought they were in musket range, but maybe they're not. And these look like a lot of militia units. It looks like Spain's going for a very much militia spam. And I imagine that these are a lot of these look like guard units here. So well, that one certainly is in the middle. So they're there for the inspires, I'd imagine, to try and support the sort of the militia lines. But yeah, it does look like we're going to have a good old line battle here in a moment. We'll see who can win that. But yes, if you want to see more Napoleonic action on the channel, whether you're a fan of the streams or the videos, then do leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a commentary support. And don't forget to hit that notification bell. As I was saying, you should do a regular stream on a Monday. The week this has been recorded didn't have a great successful one. The NTW3 gods were up against us, lots of crashes. But usually we do have a custom game and also try and get a scenario as well done. Or a scenario, then usually a custom after. And that's usually on a Monday night. So if you ever want to either get involved in that or just, you know, come and watch along, join the Discord, hit that notification bell, all that shenanigans, and you'll get be updated on those. And also, if you've got any replays you want to send in, because this was sent in by a member of my Discord, if you have any replays yourself that you want to send in, do join the Discord. That's the best place to go to send them in if you're like, you know, a regular NTW3 player and you've got a lot of good games that you know you've good replays you've been holding on to. I'd be more than happy to check them out. I'm always looking for more content. We've got the Cuirassiers of Schleswig here, a Danish unit. And there we go, we've got Cav going in over there. Looks like, I think that might be, yeah, Egypt, no, Spanish campaign actually. Spanish campaign already over there, taking on Spain, routing another light Cav. Spain, I guess, just doing some scouting, and it's found the army. This is looking like very much like a guard unit as well. I guess they're probably sending it out here because it can square, so if it's a good anti-cav unit. Yeah, a little cav fight there. Nothing really to the end of the world. Just a little Chasseur Cheval of Italy, and then another one way out on the flank here. And actually, there you go, Spanish campaign did its own scouting, looking for the HRE army, and it looks like actually they're going to win that one. It didn't look like they were for a moment, but there you go, those Chasseurs turned that around. And now they're going to be able to, well, maybe not freely scout, but they're going to be able to scout a little bit further to find that HRE unit. Running it, that cav unit down, making sure it will never return. Not a bad idea. HRE army is a long way away. I would be surprised if there is more scouting cav in this direction. You can see where the general is. I imagine the army is moving in the direction towards Spain. But we will see. I mean, Spanish campaign in France right now is just like beelining down this road. It looks like it's aiming towards the town here. It's going to try and turn the flank of the Spanish, while the Spanish are being engaged by the Egyptian campaign here. Already in a brutal line fight. This gun looks like it's about to rout. Give them a volley, boys. Beautiful, beautiful. There you go. It looks like the gun is actually finally rallying, but it looks like it's taking a lot of hits, maybe from artillery, or no, I think it's just musket fire, actually. Spain might be trying to do a bit of an offensive here through the town. They've got grenadiers, yeah, forming up. This is going to be a counter-offensive. Looks like they're going to go straight over this bridge, through these buildings, and then hit the flanks of the French, probably. There is like some Arabic mercenaries here that are like just huge units as well, 304-man units. They're going to be easy to break in a melee fight if it comes to it. But yeah, suddenly the Spanish grenadiers here could try and just go straight for the guns if they wanted to. I think a bit of support from cavalry, they could really make something happen there. Yeah, Spain looks like they're being quite aggressive, to be fair. Though they're going up against two armies. They have the mass that can kind of, you know, indulge fighting two armies at the moment. We've got the dromedaries just standing here with the camel boys. Be interesting to see these guys in action. I don't think they're too good. I don't know if they scare off cavalry like they do in other Total Wars, but they might do. And there you go. The looks like the French have scouted in just enough, and they can see all of the arriving HRE. It's quite a small infantry army. A lot of, oh my gosh, look at the amount of Cuirassiers. This is insane. What's this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cavalry, Cuirassier units. 5, well, yeah, 5 cavalry units. They had a 6th, but that's already gone. No wonder they're not scouting much. It's because they've just got Cuirassiers. Actually, Spain, I think this might re-rallied. I was thinking this had been sent back to escort them, but I think it's just re-rallied. But yeah, 5 Cuirassier units. That could be a problem for France, who's brought 0 heavies. I mean, in fairness, the faction they brought, not really easy to bring any sort of heavy cav at all. So they're going to have to match them, well, with their lancers, as they say in the Waterloo movie, or match them with our lancers, but I don't think they got any of those. They've got some dragoons here, some Italian dragoons. They're pretty solid. They might be able to take on some of these heavies. I mean, they're just going to have to try and pin them down with dragoons of the French. The Royal Lorraine's a pretty good one. It's a big dragoon unit as well. And then they're going to try and shoot them in the flanks. That's the best thing they could do, or hope and pray that they charge where squares are. Looks like France, Egypt is bringing up another gun. This one they think is going to be out of commission soon. It looks like it will be. So they're bringing up another 4-gun battery. It's a larger one. We'll see how that can do. Over on this side, it's a little bit slower. It does look like Russia South is now unlimbering some horse artillery here. And he's moving forward some infantry, some Confederation of the Rhine boys, which is what most of the Russia South army is made up of. Not a lot of French going on in it. It's a lot of allied troops to the Russia South, Austrians, like Central German factions, typically. Yeah, it looks like mostly they're facing Ottoman troops here initially. There are some red coats, but they are further back. They're all the way back here. They're just waiting patiently for their time to come forward. And Cav, again, looking British, at least then. Here we go. British lines now shifting to the left flank, actually, as well. Got red coats moving over here. And they, in a line fight, will quite happily take on that French line, I'd imagine. But here we go. Looks like in the center, we've got a push here from the Italian Dragoons are sending those guys in. It looks like they sent the Dromedaries in as well. The Dromedaries routed, as have the Italian Dragoons. And Spain lost one infantry unit, but it looks like that's and a cav unit. That is it. To be honest, it's a better trade I feel like for the Spanish there. Spain is shooting its own troops with its second line. Needs to be careful of that. Need to make sure you fire well off. Yeah, Spain here. You know, they're quite happy just to stand in a line fight. They're not maybe going to be able to hit a lot with these militia troops, but you know the militia troops can't do much else. Here we go. Cavalry going in, it's going to go for these guns. There's nothing covering them. Now that all that cavalry has already been used up by the Italian campaign to try and make a charge. It failed, and now they suffer the consequences. They lose a gun there. I think that one's got run down fully. I think the other one hasn't. They're trying to form square, and luckily they have routed. There's that little light cav there, so only one gun was taken out, but it's just about enough. It's the healthier of the two guns, I think, as well, that got killed off. Looks like the Royal Lorraine Dragoons are about to go in for a bit of a push, and we have a melee assault here. Spain going in. I mean, just a couple of units. It's not exactly the most effective of pushes. It looks like it's working, though. They've routed a Spanish unit. They keep rolling up more and more troops now on the flank. They can then maybe just envelop that right flank there of the Spanish. Dragoons going through the gap. They were going to. I think they've changed their mind because, as you can see, the Austrian Cuirassiers have been activated, and I think all 5 of them are going into play. I mean, if they can slam into the flank of that Spanish campaign army there, they've got a really good chance of just nullifying this assault. I bet most of the French can't form square. There you go, the French being forced back. How many of them can form square? Oh, at least the ones on at least one on the flank can. A couple of these actually can, and it looks like the 100th Meridional. They look like they can form square. That's going to be a problem for the Cuirassiers. Looks like again another guide Cheval going in. Oh, Cav getting into the back lines here as well. Chasseurs going in. In goes the reserve cavalry as well. They're trying to go in. It looks like they're going for the Spanish general. I think that is the main target. Oh, is it not? I don't know if it's actually a general. It might just be a light cav. I think it's just light cav. General's a little bit further away. If they can take out that light cav, they can get the general though. Looks like they're also being stuck on squares. There you go. France has managed to get through just about, but here we go. Here come the Cuirassiers. They are all about to go in. Are these guys going to be able to swamp the French? The French going to form square there. That's going to stop that one. Oh, there you go. Those horses are rearing up. This one, though, is going to actually hit a lot of infantry that can't form square. The reserve Mets, Leger unit, and a bunch of other units here. In there you go. Start hacking and slashing away, boys. The nobility of the HRE, I guess that's what they would have been in the medieval period of the Cuirassiers. I can imagine them as like the knights of their age, being mobilized. I mean, as you can see here, I mean, they actually are in melee now, but France did have this unit just side-shotting for a moment. They're seeing Chevaliers Westphalians going in. First, Cuirassier has been routed. This one also looks like it might go. No, it's going to take the Westphalians before. They have routed a couple of these French units. More cav, though, is arriving. Here we go. They're going to go in. They're going through their own routing troops. It's going to be messy. Looks like France as well with its infantry push here. That's slowing down. Spain looks like it's regaining some ground. Here come the HRE Cuirassiers. Not really a great charge because, like I said, they've been stuck going through their own cavalry. Also, one of them is already very tired. And here we go, the Royal Lorraine Dragoons getting, well, trying to get stuck in. It's already looking very messy down here. Squares being formed. I mean, they just need to get infantry up here and like move it quickly. Get these HRE infantry so they can start blasting the squares. Make them be punished for staying in that square formation. Spain now going into melee. Interesting to see with what looks like militia type units. Whether this is to try and help facilitate like the Cuirassier push, I do not know. Over on the far side over there, still not a lot going on. Just still sort of trading here with musket fire. Nothing getting into melee just yet. So we'll head back over to this side here. Cuirassiers redlining once again. Looks like they are running out of sort of effort to try and break through. Running out of that stamina. Again, going into melee, I just fire at these guys. I would have thought that would be more effective than melee. And you get bonuses from being in melee if you stay in square. So yeah, interesting choice there by the HRE. A faction that's not necessarily notorious for meleeing, but it looks like it's going to be meleeing along the line. Maybe these ones are okay. Maybe why he's got a small infantry army. Not just because of Cuirassier cost, but also because he brought some elite. Form square there. Again, yeah, the player trying to get that extra bit of a melee bonus. Here comes the French cavalry on the flank. They're going to slam into all these HRE infantry here. Unprotected as all the Cuirassiers gone down straight down the middle. They have no cav to protect them, so the Chasseurs Cheval here actually might have quite a bit of success. Looks like it's going to rout multiple HRE units. Cavalry still getting penned in the center here. The Royal Dragoons still, you know, making themselves a nuisance. Spain with its guard here. I mean, I'm melee with that one. If you're going to melee with any of the Spanish units, melee with their guard units. They have actually hit. That's good to see. Spain, yep, with its guard trying to push on through. If they can sort of rout some of these French infantry units, they might be able to, you know, help break some of the Dragoons. There you go. Finally, some Cuirassiers getting over here, help deal with that Chasseur. He's already routed 3 infantry units. Devastating. Now he's got the cav. Can he go into the infantry here? These guys can't form square. They're just Saxons and Italians. That might be breakable for the heavies here. Another heavy cav going in though. Looks like the dromedaries are back. They're tired. They've seen a lot of action. They don't want to be going in there. Looks like they're sending cav into the back of their own infantry here. We've got the Chasseur Cheval Neapolitana and also Dragoons. Both Italian, not Neapolitan. It doesn't matter. Anyway, whatever they are, they're now very much in the melee. As France's infantry here is all breaking the Grenadiers, the line, all breaking. Just line infantry that can square as well, more importantly, all breaking. The Spanish Guard and Spanish Infantry are actually managed to win melees. Incredible to see. Here go the dromedaries. They're going in against the Cuirassiers. Looking very silly. They're just look at that guy. He's so much taller than the Cuirassiers. Should win the fight, surely. The high ground's how you win. Oh, no, apparently not. Apparently you don't need high ground. And there you go. Dromedaries routed. Heavy cav wins once again. I think they've definitely got 2, maybe 3 operational Cuirassiers still. And look at that. Spain has absolutely annihilated France-Spain here. They've got some troops left. We've got, it looks like, Grenadiers, the line, and the Velite Grenadiers, the Guard of Italy. And Tirailleurs, but not a lot more than that. We're going to see cav being shifted to the flank. If this is Egyptian cavalry, now being shifted over there. It's the light cav. And Russia South is going in as well now. Hussars going in here, helping to rout some of these Ottoman units. And we've got what looks like Austrian Dragoons as well in here. Austrians fighting on both sides in today's game. They're kind of getting stopped though as soon as they come up against the Redcoats. They haven't really got an answer for them yet. They've managed to get rid of a lot of the Allied stuff, but nothing much more than that. Looks like they also got rid of a gun battery here. It's just routing. It's not moving though. And yeah, these Hussars now it's sort of into the back lines. It's split the British Ottoman army here in 2 almost. And we now actually have Egyptian campaign troops over here fighting against the Ottoman British. But this is the most concerning flank, I feel like, for the French. And also for the Allies, you could argue. Both sides kind of looking very open here. All it's going to take is a couple of infantry units or a gun battery, as I'm seeing set up here, actually. This Italian gun battery on the flank here can just blast down the line at the Spanish. If they can keep that in the game, the French, they're in a really good spot. It's guarded right now by cavalry and also a little infantry unit. So yeah, that's a really good position for the gun battery there. It's Spain poorly positioned, just going to get shot along the line. Needs to be very careful of that. This gun fight here is going on for quite a while as well. Probably the entire game. Egypt and also Spain have been dueling it out here. Both have mass and both, you know, causing each other to suffer. France probably has better accuracy, I would say, in most regards. Certainly against like guerrillas or like peasant units like that. That's just routed. Still got the Grenadiers in our game though, and they're, I feel like Spanish Grenadiers are kind of like Austrian ones. They're pretty decent in melee, but they're also, you know, pretty good at shooting, and they have numbers as well. In goes the Spanish cav. Oh, it's getting that. Is that the? No, it's a different gun. It's not the Italian one. It's a French gun. 12-pounder though. been taken out. That also was going to be able to shoot into the back lines and stuff. Not really well protected at all. Guess you can't protect both. And now a General Suchet is probably going to get grabbed here. He's not careful. And there you go. It's going from bad to worse for the 10-point Spain here. Oh, he's managed to get out of there alive, just about. I think they're firing canister as well, these 6-pounders, right into the flank of the Spanish here, doing some absolute work. Poor, like, yeah, peasants. Oh my god, you can see, yeah, the rounds are landing short. And there you go, routing that unit. And here we go. Actually, yeah, Russia South's going. He's shooting himself in the back. He's careful of that. Still managed to get through the Ottomans, though. Or is he? Maybe he's shooting that unit on the angle. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, a lot of Frankfurt infantry going in here now. And we're going to see the Dragoons go in. Again, these are on troops that can't form square by the looks of these Ottoman troops here. Yeah, unable to do so. Here go the Dragoons, though, from Austria. There you go. They routed both of those units, just merely routing this one and being near to the second one. Yeah, they just have absolutely annihilated. They've got a third as well. British squares should stop them here, though. I feel like most of the Egyptian campaign Brit units can form square. That's fine. Austria can fall back. Just bring up the line infantry here and they can blast the squares. They choose to stay in them. But yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good duel here going on, I feel like. It's the lowest point, like, French army. It's having a really good game, I would say. I mean, I'd certainly think the Spanish campaign won. Yeah, it went in. It was a ballsy move. Went in into melee, wasn't slowing down. It nearly worked in some regards. They got through some of the Spanish troops. As soon as the Austrians or the HRE started to arrive, Plan A kind of went out the window. Plan B is now kind of what they're in. They're having to regather what infantry they can. Haven't got any cavalry. They've got one gun battery. And a dream. A dream of victory. Egypt kind of has to do what he's doing already. I don't think there's much he can change. He's not got masses of reserves himself. He just keeps chewing away at the Spanish lines here. Russia South, honestly, might have to be the deciding factor here. He's doing his best, that's for sure. You can see here, actually he's managed to get into some British units that can't form square, or they just chose not to. They're forming square where they can. I mean, that's fine though. As you can see, the French just form up. They're not French, they're Austrian grenadiers. They'll form up and they'll blast away, and they're decent at shooting. As I was saying, they can shoot pretty well. We've got, yeah, more Austrian, well, Hungarian troops here. They're just all allied troops here, mainly Austrian troops. It's mostly made of, Russia South, mainly made of the Schwarzenberg Corps. And they are kind of getting around the flanks here, as you can see. They're just blasting these poor British Ottoman units here. There's not much you can do, and I think the Russia South units, Cav here is going to go in and it's going to farm these redcoats down, because they're leaving in pretty good numbers and in good order. And there you go, that's 4 British units off the face of the battlefield. Now they just need to kind of rinse and repeat it over here. I mean, if they can route this little like sort of skirmisher here, and then get a cav to run through that sort of gap in the line and get the gen, that would probably be, that's a viable move. I feel like that's definitely maybe the one in the offing. Looks like they are shifting their hussar in that direction. Whether to go in behind, they've got a dragoon left as well. Looks like actually Russia South is going to shift troops over to support against Spain. Maybe they feel like the other French players need it. It's quite possible. In go the grenadiers over here. They're meleeing. And now France, Egypt has to deal with something he's not quite used to. That's a bit of a melee. Those boys are kind of struggling. Fine fighting the Mamluks in melee. But as soon as something with a little bit more European grit starts to arrive, those Frenchies start to run. Oh, the brutal volley. Brutal volley, maybe slight fin. That quite possibly could have been fin, but they routed that unit. Second unit's going in now. It's going to go in, certainly with lower morale as well, because their allies are routing around them. And the Spanish sending in, looks like some more regular sort of troops here. They're being sent in. And here you go, Austrians or the HRE, they're regathering their troops. They're going to go back against what remains of the 10-point France there. It looks like, you know, I don't know, maybe with the that initial volley we just saw there, it looks like Spain's kind of been repulsed, actually. And we're seeing the Guard go in here. That will certainly slow down the French here. Whether the Cuirassiers are going to go in? Sending in the Cuirassiers. They're redlining, and actually a lot of the Spanish troops are here as well, generally. I think including the Guard, I think they've gone. Maybe? No, the Guard's still there. Of course they are, but there you go, the Cuirassiers break. We're now going to see, looks like the Egyptian Cavalry. This is the only one they have left. They've routed this Spanish infantry here. There's a gap in the line they can go through. Spanish Guards rout. I don't know if that's because of the friend. Well, it's not quite friendly fire, but the troops behind them shooting. Cavalry here for the French fell back in the end. HRE still bending the French line, as you can see here, causing all sorts of issues. Egypt's having to shift over his Arab sort of mercenaries here as Max sort of hold the line. In goes the Italian Velite Grenadier, and they are also helping to break through. I think the French smell blood when it comes to Spain, and Spain is pretty much spent actually. A lot of his militia troops are starting to rout. And there you go, a small little combat there between the like cavalry, light cavalry, with the support of that square helped rout that other Cuirassier. Now they can just carry on through. There's a Spanish general there, ready for the taking. I think all the HRE Cuirassiers are gone. Dragoons have actually shifted over here as well for Russia South. Russia South, like I said, still not really dealt with this red coat force over here. But I'm sure they're getting on. They're slowly getting on with it, and you can see that Hussars slowly arriving in the back lines. I don't think there's much that the Egyptian campaign can do. There you go, there's a general gone. I think that's Spain's, as I was saying. Well, no, is it? I think it is. There you go, the Russia South player running down the Spanish gen. Whether he's dead or not, don't know, but they made sure his unit can't return. No, it was not. It was evidently HRE, I would have said them. So there you go. Spain and HRE both losing gens. It's just Egypt left to go, and I think, well, so like, yeah, British Egypt. I think they're going to be taking out themselves their general pretty soon. There's Hussar here, just to dash in and try and get that general. Well, they can't really get much closer without routing. Actually, a lot of their units here are, you know, redlining. There's light infantry here. Got a gun battery set up here. It's a Danish one. Maybe want to turn the gun, start blasting these Brits here. They're trying to get around the flank, as you can see. And if they try, well, I would say the French have gone in already. They went in on the wrong target. They've managed to rout it though. But I was going to say, if they try and sort of reorganize their lines here, the Brits, they're probably going to end up just getting, you know, charged by cavalry or shot. And there you go. They force them to form square. They might rout this one here. It's redlining. Actually, both are. The British general has been allowed to sort of escape. He's right by the red line now. Hussar should really get that. And here you go. Frankfurt infantry going in. At least I think it's Frankfurt. Or maybe it's French infantry. Franzoich. I think that's either Frankfurt or it's French infantry. I think it might be French. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. They're helping to rout some of these guys just merely by staring at them. Army losses are surely coming into play as well. There's a last stand from the Brits. Oh, they form square. That's quite cool. Form square. Put your general inside. I don't know if the other one can form square. Maybe not. This is the last stand they're going to make, it looks like. Artillery here just shelling away. And with them being right by the red line, these British units routing, they might have returned at any other point if they were like right in the middle of the map. But yeah, not here. They're just running straight off. Very costly decision to sort of fight by the red line. I was about to say square's been abandoned, but it hasn't. The Hussars got a little closer and they thought, oh, we better not do that. And there you go, General's been killed. I think some of his unit being outside the square and getting shot by the square is what's done him there. And they want to make sure he's dead, but yeah, there you go. He's run off the red line straight away. And I think, there you go, the British are going to get charged by Marines of the Neapolitan Royal Guard. They're also getting routed to the Brit square. And that should be GG relatively. I think there's just a few units to run down. But yeah, what a chaotic battle. And also, look at the amount of... We had like an insane amount of Cuirassiers brought by one player alone. But yeah, that's a really, really fun one. I enjoyed that fight. It was a really, you know, fast-paced one, like I said. And, you know, some factions we don't often see being brought. We don't often see that Britain being bought. Also, the Egypt campaign, we don't often see it these days. HRE, definitely see plenty of, and Spain, like both Spanish and also Spanish campaign, France, brought quite a lot. But yeah, we had a few new faces we don't often see on the battlefield. I hope we get some more Theatre of War factions as well. That would be great. I'd like to see like the old small German states being brought back, like Weddenberg and Bavaria and stuff like that. I'd like to see them being brought back as their own sort of armies instead of just being like hidden within theatres of wars. I kind of like that they, I mean, I accept that they're fine being inside theatres of war, but like you used to be able to bring, like Weddenberg used to just be its own faction on its own, and Bavaria as well. Denmark still is. Still putting Denmark into its own field army, I guess, because it does fight Sweden in its own right. But yeah. Denmark is kind of like one of the few minors that you still have that is like its own faction outright. And there you go. I think that's the last HRE unit routed by the French Grenadiers there. And hopefully the end results are on your screen for you guys to admire and enjoy those kills. This one was sent in by Piper, who was playing, I think, as Spanish campaign. France, and it kind of shows because he just went straight into melee. That's Piper's MO all over. But yeah, it nearly did not work for him with that Cuirassier charge. I mean, it certainly blunted him massively. But he did manage to eventually, in the end, deal with them. I don't think the Cuirassiers were used as effectively as they maybe could have been. I feel like they did allow them just to kind of get picked off a little bit. They kind of sent them in a little bit unsupported with infantry, without infantry support. The HRE infantry was a bit slow in getting there. And they maybe could have just assisted with the Spanish melees. They didn't have to necessarily start their own. But yeah, that would maybe be the small critique with using them. But I think all the players played pretty reasonably well. It was a fairly evenly matched game. Though I feel like the French always felt like they were on the front foot. There's only a few times they thought, oh, Spain might be able to cause a bit of an upset here. But yeah, HRE being built like that, I don't think it works in an age where NTW3 is all about shooting. HRE bringing mass and just bringing a lot of like muskets. Honestly, can win you games. It really can. We'll have a quick look at some of the unit stats. And yeah, Chasseurs Cheval here. This is actually the unit that, like we saw, engage the HRE Scout Cav. Got 127 kills. That's very good for them. Then we got like French Legion Reserve, Grenoble 121 kills, 118 with a Squareable. Westphalians getting 115. Belleté Grenadiers of the Guard 104. Kind of expect no less from them. Grenadiers 98. But yeah, there are the rest of the kills if you're having a look at those. There's some decent ones there. But yeah, there you go. I hope you did enjoy this battle. If you want to see more NTW3 action on the channel, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, guys, and a comment show your support. And do check out the videos appearing on your screen now. There's some corkers there. But until next time, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.